A veteran from Bowling Green was inducted into this year's class of the Ohio Veterans Hall of Fame just a couple weeks ago. Steve Arnold served in the Navy during the Vietnam War, but it's his public service that made him a perfect selection. Dan Cummins tells us more.
The Ohio Veterans Hall of Fame began in 1992, recognized the great work a lot of people are doing to help others. Steve told me while he's very proud for serving his country, it's all the lives he's touched in Wood County that makes him the happiest.
Steve Arnold lives a quiet life in Wood County. Vietnam seems a long time ago. He did 3 tours in Vietnam beginning in 1966, quite often on a Navy patrol boat in the rivers of Vietnam. For a lot of Vietnam veterans, homecoming was difficult. But he's not at all bitter, just understanding of the times.
The people who were doing the protests and all that stuff, we were as close to the government as they could get. It wasn't so much they were protesting us, the military, from a personal standpoint. It was, we represented the government.
Once in civilian life, Steve got a degree in electrical engineering, but it's been his later years raising a family in Wood County. He got into 4-H. He teaches kids marksmanship and leadership. It's given him a satisfaction he never expected. It all comes back to his time in the Navy.
And one of the things that I did learn while I was in the service is servant leadership is more than just a phrase. And you've got to be able to lead, or you've got to be able to follow, or you've got to be able to serve to be an effective leader.
Impacting lives, paying it forward. That includes the BG Community Foundation.
I've seen the change that it's made in a lot of the kids that I've worked with. I've also seen the change that it makes in the adults. Because you cannot expect to make changes in anybody else unless you're willing to accept that you're going to be changed yourself.
By definition, the Ohio Veterans Hall of Fame recognizes men and women who served in the military with distinction, dedicating themselves to serving society. And Steve Arnold is a good fit. I'm Dan Cummins reporting.